Hi. So I just did a video on this and it went too long. So now I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible. Now, the point for my YouTube channel, and I just started it, but the point, and you can see that I only have a few things on there, but the long videos I would like to designate for health information. Now, most of the things, I hope all of the things on my channel are healthy. There's some comedy, there's some freestyle dancing and choreographed dancing, forest bathing, but primarily the point of this whole thing is so I can get out the information that I learned when I was really ill. I had what's called a dark night of the soul, but I also had long COVID and other things that contributed to a lot of suffering for me for a lot of years. Excuse me. And now I'm coming out of that. I'm probably, I don't know, 85%, I feel like, out of it. So many things, so many diseases and illnesses and problems that I had that are correcting themselves because I'm providing my body with what it needs. But I can tell you what I learned recently that my body needs that I did not know. I'm fascinated at this point with minerals. I believe that God is my body. I believe that my body is made from the salt of the earth. The salts of the earth are minerals. And I'm not a religious person, but God is real. That I can tell you. I've met him. Him. It's not a him. It's energy and light and the best feeling you could ever have. And it's definitely your mother and your father and just the best feeling in the world. That happened to me almost 22 years ago, any day now, November 4th. November 4th. Yeah, 22 years ago. That's about when. So, I wanted to show you that I had a tooth pulled yesterday. Isn't it pretty? I think it's cute. So, what's my point? Oh, bones and teeth. So I weight train for my bones. So thankfully I got that covered a little bit, but I had a hair analysis done by Doctor's Data. That's the company that does this hair analysis. And it's a very particular way that you have to do it, but I'm trying to make these videos as short as possible. So I don't want to give you all the information because it took me 5 years to figure this all out and to get 85% better. I hashtag long COVID because I had long COVID. I hashtag modern chronic illnesses because I figured out basically what causes modern chronic illnesses. And I want to share that with all of you. So when the Doctor's Data test came in, the test results, it showed that I had virtually no phosphorus and no iron in my system. And I haven't had iron for a long time. They've told me that I've been anemic for years, even before long COVID. I attribute that to leaky gut syndrome and SIBO, if anyone's familiar with that. But you know, you don't have to worry about what that is. It just means that my digestive system is not working correctly. And if your digestive system is not working correctly, you are not taking in what you're eating as far as nutrients are concerned. And that's a problem because we get most of our minerals and vitamins from food. And yeah, it's a problem. And no one was checking my minerals. And I'm going to try to use this as in I statements because I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you what I've done, and then you can make your own decision because I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the medical field. All I know is that I suffered for a really long time, and I don't want anyone else to have to suffer if they don't have to. So I learned a lot about mental health. I learned a lot about even cancer, a lot about autoimmune conditions, a lot about a lot. So anyway, I'm practically at a zero level of phosphorus and iron. And that tells me and my doctor that I'm not breaking down my food and it's not going where it's supposed to go. And unfortunately, when it goes into your bloodstream instead of where it's supposed to go, when it goes into your bloodstream as food instead of nutrients, it's a big problem. And this may not sound very accurate, but this is how I'm explaining it the best that I can. It's just that that causes severe allergies and histamine. Like your body thinks it's being attacked if something strange is in its bloodstream. So I developed mast cell activation syndrome. I developed histamine intolerance. I went from being able to eat anything whenever I wanted to not being able to eat anything without breaking out in these severe allergies. And if anyone knows what MCAS is, it's like the most horrific thing. And histamine, and that I'm going to do another video on histamine. So the building blocks of minerals for your teeth. Now, I believe that we are salts of the earth, that God made us, and I probably just said this, that we are, it says in the Bible that we're salts of the earth. I'm not religious, I'm not into the Bible, but the parts of the Bible that I'm into is asking for direction. Ask your higher power for direction, open it wherever, and then experience the parables of the Bible so that I can learn things. So I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you what I do. So God revealed to me that we are created beings from the earth, and it has to do with the salts, and the salts are minerals. And no one ever checked my phosphorus before, and I think that you can just order this hair analysis from Doctor's Data yourself, and that you don't have to have a doctor do that for you. But then I'm not sure exactly how you would interpret the results. It's very easy to read when you get them. It's like even color coded, but how would you know what to do? For instance, I can tell you that bones and teeth are comprised mainly of oxygen, phosphorus, calcium, and manganese. Now, on this test, it says that I have appropriate manganese, calcium, and I've had my oxygen tested many times. The doctors do check, regular doctors do check that. It's that thing where you stick your finger that we all became familiar with because of COVID. I forget what it's called, oxygenator or something. I don't know. But so I know that those three are good. But what I didn't know is that my phosphorus was almost zero. So phosphorus and calcium in particular are the big building blocks of teeth. And again, it's part of bones as well, but I do weight train, so I'm hoping that my bones are okay, that they're staying kind of strong from that, but I still have to get phosphorus in my system. And why don't I have phosphorus and why don't I have iron? I kind of explained that to you, but you know, why specifically? It's because my stomach is not breaking down food properly. So what do I got to do? Okay, for me, Betaine HCL. This is the Now brand. You don't have to use the Now brand, but I have to use a brand that has the least amount of fillers as possible because I want that just in general. And then also so it doesn't enhance any type of histamine reaction for me. So the way I tested this is that, you know, I'll have a meal and I'll take one of these with the meal in the middle of the meal. And I'll have a meal the next day and I'll take two with that meal, or the next meal, whatever. And then the next meal I'll take three. And once I start getting like a burning hot feeling in my stomach is when I'll stop taking them or adding another one. And then I'll know how many I need to take when I eat my meals so that I can break down my food, because I'm apparently not breaking down my food. And like I said, that's really bad. Now, not only am I like ruining my teeth are becoming weak and having holes. And I have another one that cracked in half, and I just had the dentist yank the back part out because I was like, fuck this is too much work and expense. And so that one seems to be fine right now, but they're telling me that's going to have to be pulled at some point. So I'm going to have to get like something done here, but that's also a lot of work and a lot of money. So I want to help people break down their food and get their nutrients to go where they have to go. So this was really easy for me. And I just started doing it, and we're seeing results already. And I have to also tell you that phosphorus is the building block for skin, for collagen. And, you know, that sucks because I'm at a certain age and they tell me I'm just old and that my skin looks the way it does because I'm old. And a lot of people think my skin looks good. I just know that it looks different than what it used to look like. And I'm like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it anymore about the being old, because there's a lot of stuff they told me about for my age, and I've discovered is not true. It's just not true. thank God it's not true. And like, they make us suffer, and that's horseshit. That's not going to happen anymore. So I am taking this with my food, and I'm also taking iron supplements, but you can't take phosphorus supplements, or at least my doctor says it's not safe. Phosphorus has to come naturally. It has to build naturally. So yeah. And I wouldn't take iron pills either, or iron infusions. You can drink nettle tea, but then nettle tea is grown in soils that use lots of water with lots of fluoride in it, so it's not the greatest either. It kind of takes away from thyroid health, but I'll make another video on that. I really just have to get on the stage with somebody who's going to ask me proper questions and just talk about this shit for like an hour or two, and just do it like a TED Talk all at once, and just demand that the industries that be, like medical, pharmaceutical, psychiatry, mental health, I should say, get on board with what I'm trying to say here, because there's a lot of information that I know, and it's basic. It's just basic, and we're not doing it. So Betaine HCL, digestive support, try to just get that with nothing else in it. This one has protease, pepsin from something. So it's just like another digestive aid that is a part of this, but it works for me. It really works for me. And yeah, so I'm gonna build up my phosphorus. My teeth, you know, I'm not gonna grow back the parts of the teeth that I had ripped off or that broke off, but the parts of my teeth that are kind of hollow right now, they're gonna rebuild, because it's happened before. And I also take, I guess I'll talk about it now, on a daily basis, Bioplasma from Hyland. Now, Hyland is a really good brand. Bioplasma is the first 12 cell salts. I could read you what they all are, but I won't. You can just look it up yourself. I think it's actually on Amazon. I don't recommend ordering anything from Amazon. I recommend ordering from Hylands directly, or Now directly, or some other reputable company. But Bioplasma has, you know, your basic 12 minerals. There's more minerals that we need, but at least if I take this 3 times a day during the week and I take off on the weekends, my body can like regulate those 12 at least. So it works for me, and that's all I can say, is that it works for me. So look forward to talking to you guys soon. I hope this was helpful. If not, leave a comment and ask a question. I'd be happy to answer.